Hello guys, my name is Alfred and I am Mitz, and today I'm going to be talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Specifically, let me pull it up here. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Uh, Season 4, Episode 7, and it is a blast to behold. Of the last week, or of the last episode's cliffhanger with a big disappearance, they're all they're redoing the episode. This is something I like about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're having a great pacing. First you see it from a couple of characters' perspective, then from another couple of characters' perspective, but it's the same scenes, it's just that they're in two different dimensions. And this allows you to put extra care into the characters and their interactions throughout a shorter period of time. They're not. The episode doesn't take a lot of time in, like, if you just watch it real time. But the thing is that they're redoing it all again, but with other characters in another dimension reacting to these characters in the first dimension, and it makes it really great because it means that you have a great length and unforgiving detail to all of the characters. All of the characters get the time they need because you first go in once in one dimension, giving the characters in that dimension the care and need they need, and then the second dimension, care and need and they need, and then you go between them, and they all get the time they deserve for the episode, and it's great. And yeah, then you continue on and watching, and you got some things with Samus. She's off doing her thing, and it's nice. It's nice. It feels kind of important, even though it's very clearly a subplot to the main story here. But it feels important. And the thing about Agents of Shield, I've been bashing on about the DC TV shows, how they're doing personal drama, so drawn out and weird and things, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are handling it well. They're all professional agents, their job is to save life, and that's what comes first. But, of course, they're human beings and are reacting appropriately. So, for example, Fitz gets to know some secrets behind the scene things from the director, and he gets pissed off. But it feels natural because he's very professional. He understands that he can't just go and punch him in the face willy-nilly. He has to do it in the right time and right place. And it all works because they are all thinking about what's most important at that moment. And it's also very clear when it comes to the Ghost Rider himself. He loses his powers to another person. He loses the devil, so to say. And then he goes after this person and takes back the devil. And the thing is so great about this is that the devil itself, he sort of don't want to die, so he bails. And then he makes another deal with the devil, and it's great, it's great. And the thing is that you understand their flawed decisions. Like, there are people advising them not to doing it, but they're like, but this might solve everything. Like, I can't just I'm we're in a situation, we don't know what to do. This could solve everything. And they're doing it. And even though you can sit there and say, yeah, it's bad, there are characters saying, yeah, it's bad, but you still understand, but I have to. You understand that argument because, yeah, that's what ultimately solved everything. And they also have had a running subplot this entire season building this android. Now, this android just happens to be something from the comics, and you see the potential. Why would you want to build this android? This is a guy who previously built bionics, bionic enhancements. So yeah, he's absolutely a guy who could build an android, and they want to build an android to save lives. They want the android to die instead of agents. Perfectly logical. And then this android just happens to be the perfect tool to take on this, like, unholy godly power from this book thing. Why? Because it's a robot, and robots are really good at, taking in information, and if she gets corrupted, they can just, clean slate her. The problem is that at the end of the episode, they don't clean slate her. So, yeah, it seems that they're gonna have some problems. They're gonna have some problems right there. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. You understand that they're gonna have some problems, and it's about their clean slating, and she's essentially now too smart for her own good and is gonna become evil. Or so it seems. Maybe she doesn't become evil. But we saw at the end of the episode, she's making some sort of brain. She's at least gonna become smarter, and that usually means bad things gonna follow. Robots usually don't tend to be that nice, apart from Vision, when they become self-conscious. We don't know. Maybe she is really nice. I don't know. Let's not be beforehand judging her. But yeah, as I'm rambling here, it was a great episode, and they had so great chemistry between the characters, and the plot were going forward greatly. It was well executed, well cut. The effects were used sparingly, and the thing about Agents of Shield, and I think I said this in my Supergirl, lost Supergirl review or thoughts, was that in Supergirl, they're using effects all the time. Throughout the episode, a bunch of effects all the time, yada yada yada. And it makes the effects look really, really bad. Or not really bad, but just less believable. It's worse effects. You sort of feel like that's movie effects. That's TV show effects. Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a much better roster when it comes to effects, because essentially what they do is they use them sparingly and have them up to movie quality, and you just feel natural. I can believe that effect. Rather than something like, I don't know, this effect feels sort of cheap. What I'm saying is, their effects are used perfectly because they're used sparingly. If you don't know this, TV shows usually have a budget for effects, and usually when you run out of budget, you have to lower the quality of, or well, to keep the budget, you have to lower the quality of effects if you use them often. If you, however, use very little effects, you have the same amount of money, but you can use them much more money for any given effect. Meaning that as something like Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are using their effect money to certain situations, certain characters, and very sparingly, other shows are using them throughout an episode and therefore have to spend less money on each given character situation. And another thing I really like about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is, and I just realized watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., this is the problem I have with a lot of DC shows. Because in the DC shows, all the characters are saying, don't use your powers, it's dangerous, we don't want you to get hurt. It's often a bunch of bullshit. And the reason they're doing it is because they don't want to use the budget for effects. Which is good, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are doing this much more smart. Because they're thinking, okay, she has quake powers. What if this shatter her bones? So she doesn't want to use her powers, because that shatters her bone really hurts, and she's gonna have to heal. Yeah, brilliant. This means that she has the power to shake the ground, but also she doesn't want to use it because it hurts her. It's brilliant. It's just think a little bit more, and you'll understand why you should really do this. But yeah. Anyways, I've been rambling on about this for a long while. I think you all got it right now. I really like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and this was a brilliant episode. And once again, just to clarify, it was Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, no, season 4, episode 7. And yeah, it was a good one. I really highly recommend you watch it. If you haven't checked out Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet, start at the beginning. The first couple of seasons a bit rough, but they become better and better, and yeah, you're gonna enjoy it after a while. And yeah, now the later seasons are just blown out amazing. As I said, first one starts slow, goes up. And yeah, as I said, I wanna know your thoughts about it. This was a great episode, and I wanna know, did you think it was great? Did you think it was awful? Let me know in the comments below, and until we speak again, have a nice one.